Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing you to 6 brand new colors from Concord and Ninth. As you all know, they are some of my favorite colors in the whole wide world, and Concord and Ninth never disappoints when it comes to color. There are 6 brand new colors available today, and we are celebrating with an Instagram hop. So if you head on over to Instagram, I'll have it linked in the description below my Instagram. You can join in on the Instagram Hop Fun and enter to win some prizes. So here is a look at the 6 brand new colors: Wildberry, Watermelon, Creamsicle, Grasshopper, Eucalyptus, and Rainforest. They make a beautiful rainbow on their own, but you're going to see how they also coordinate so beautifully with the existing Concord and Ninth color palette. Now, all of these colors are available in full-size ink pads, ink cubes, cardstocks. There's a fun pattern paper pack here that I'm showing you. There are enamel dots. And then as always, Concord and Ninth offers these color bundles when they come out with new colors. So you can combine the ink pads with the cardstocks or whatever you like. So there's lots of options. So be sure to check out their site. Now here's a look at Wildberry. This is the cardstock here. It is right up next to my dragon fruit in my little color ring here. So you can see that it is a little more purple than dragon fruit, but it's not purple because that's fig and the grape colors back in the back. And it's definitely not a purple. It's like a reddish, pinkish, purplish. I don't know. Now let's look at watermelon. So this is honeysuckle here, and then this is watermelon. Now it's a really beautiful kind of pink, corally pink color. You can see how it compares to sorbet, grapefruit, and nectar there. And then nectar goes right into that creamsicle there. So you can see honeysuckle, watermelon, sorbet, grapefruit, nectar, creamsicle, and then we're moving into clementine and the oranges. Now this is the new Grasshopper green, and I actually have it next to Stardust there on my right. And then we're moving into the other greens here to its left. So you can see it's very different than avocado and artichoke, which it's next to right here, but it's also not quite as like bright and in your face as lemongrass. So I'm going to show you lemongrass here. I'm going to kind of poke it out. Give me just a second. I'm showing you grasshopper compared to avocado and artichoke, but here's lemongrass right there. So now you have Stardust, grasshopper, lemongrass, avocado, and artichoke that you're looking at here. So you can really see how beautifully this fits in with the existing Concord and Ninth colors and really adds something to the palette. Now let's look into these new kind of green, blue, blue-greens that we have here. I am showing you here clover, evergreen, sea glass, and then eucalyptus, which is that new kind of gray, green, blue color. Then we move into juniper and rainforest. So those are the colors. This is eucalyptus, this is rainforest, and you can see how it kind of fits in between sea glass and juniper, and you have those really deep, rich colors. So I think Concord and Ninth has done an excellent job working these in to the new palette. I'm going to show you some of the products that are available today as well, including some stamps, dies, and stencils, and then we're going to get into making the projects. Now for today's projects, I really concentrated on just using these colors. I didn't pull in a lot of extra colors because I wanted you to see how just these 6 colors work so beautifully together, but you're also going to find that these colors work so well with the existing colors that you have from Concord and Ninth. They really do color well at Concord and Ninth. I mean, of course, they have great stamps and dies too. And look at these alphabet dies. They're an all-in-one alphabet die. Today, I'm going to use this Primrose Garden stamp and coordinating die set, and we're going to make the most beautiful floral cards. I'm seriously obsessed with this die set. It might be my new favorite floral die set. And of course, there is a coordinating stamp sentiment set to go with it, and it coordinates with that banner die that's a part of this Primrose Garden die set. So I'm going to start with this outline die of the Primrose Garden die set. I'm going to die cut it twice from white cardstock. Then I'm going to take the outline die and this kind of stitched detail die, and I'm die cutting this from the brand new Eucalyptus cardstock. So this is not quite as bright as sea glass. It's got a little more gray to it, but is absolutely gorgeous. And you're going to see that this inner die creates a stitched pattern. Now, I think it would be really fun to not cover this entire stitched pattern, but just add a few accents. But today I am going to actually cover the entire stitched pattern with the coordinating dies. So I'm going to use this new Grasshopper to cut out these larger leaves. I'm using the Rainforest for this little smaller leaf sprig. And I'm going to go to town with die cutting here. Now this watermelon cardstock has to be just one of my favorite colors in the whole wide world. It's so beautiful. It's like right between orange and pink, and it's kind of like this corally color. It doesn't have too much orange, doesn't have too much pink. It's absolutely perfect. But I thought it would be fun to take some of these die cuts that I've die cut from all these beautiful new colors and add just a little bit of ink blending to the edges to add some shading and some depth. So I'm going to use the coordinating ink pads, the little ink cubes here, and some mini blending brushes to add a little bit of ink to the edges of some of these die cuts that I'm using on my floral arrangement. And by the way, this Primrose Garden die set, because the stitched lines are already on that background piece, you have the perfect floral arrangement already laid out for you. So you can see I added the Wildberry ink on those smaller flowers there, and I'm adding some of the Grasshopper ink to the edges of the leaves. They don't have to be perfect. And then I can take some of these floral pieces and assemble the pieces together. So this one is kind of more of a cupped flower here. I'm not really good with flower names, so you'll have to forgive me. I just know that they're pretty. And I'm going to add the center part in there. Now the center portion, like this little stamen portion, I die cut from Stardust cardstock. So you can see how those really work well together. And then this little stem here, I die cut from, this is from Grasshopper cardstock, I believe. But I did use lemongrass cardstock for my little berry sprigs. Now you'll see me using kind of this stitched pattern on this die cut piece here to help me line up some of my floral images, like with the stem or stacking these two on top so that they will line up with the stitching when I place it on the background. You don't have to be super precise, but I really was going for this floral look. I didn't really want a lot of the stitching showing, so I was careful to make sure that everything lined up perfectly. Now I also die cut the centers of these smaller florals from the Stardust cardstock as well. And I love that the die cuts all three of these centers at once. And then as I mentioned before, these berry sprigs, the base of those are die cut from lemongrass cardstock. And I die cut the berries from Concord and 9th matte gold cardstock. I thought it would be fun to have a little bit of shine in there. Now that I have everything kind of assembled, I am using the stitched lines on this die cut to help me assemble this floral arrangement. So I'm just following the stitched lines and layering the images on top of this die cut background, and it's going to make the most perfect floral arrangement. So if you are someone who doesn't like to arrange florals on your own, this is a great die set for you because you're going to end up with this gorgeous floral arrangement and you have it kind of all laid out for you. Now I'm going to show you a second card where I did not use the stitched background. I just kind of freestyled with the florals. So stick around for that, but you can see as I assemble things there, I just have this really gorgeous full floral look. Now to kind of reinforce this card front, I am making a shaped card from this. I'm adhering a layer of white cardstock to the back of this card front. And then I'm taking my second white piece that I've die cut from that outline die, and I'm scoring it at about 5/8 of an inch. And this is going to create the back of my card. So I'm going to fold along that score line, and that gives me a little hinge to create a shaped card. And I will add some strong double-sided adhesive above the score line, so just to that little flap that I created. Then I can remove the backer from that strong double-sided tape, and stack up my card front onto my card back, and I will have a beautiful shaped floral card. Now you can do this with other shaped die cuts as well, so hearts and stars and circles, and I just knew that this would make the most beautiful shaped card. It feels very Rifle Paper to me, and if you know me at all, I'm obsessed with Rifle Paper Co. I just love to look at their things. It's very inspiring to me, and these colors and these florals just really feel very Rifle Paper to me. So I'm going to add a few of the enamel dots to the center of those creamsicle small little flower clusters there. And this sentiment is from the brand new Everyday Expressions die set. I die cut the shadow layer from some heavyweight vellum, and then I added 2 layers of stacked up white die cuts that say thinking of you. And this is the only die cut that I added in that was extra, that wasn't a part of the stitched. I added another little sprig of those rainforest leaves there at the top. And that finishes off card number 1. This has all the ink blending and all the die cuts, but I decided to make a second card because I created a few extra die cuts. And on these die cuts, I didn't do any ink blending. So you can see that the ink blending adds a little bit of shading and depth and dimension to your die cuts, but it also looks really beautiful without the ink blending because these dies add some details into those flowers. Now I used the coordinating Primrose Garden stamp set to stamp hello onto this banner. I have used some Versamark ink and then some white embossing powder and heat set that. And I'm going to add it just onto my card front. But here I did not use kind of that pattern, stitched pattern die at all. I just added my flowers where I kind of felt like I wanted them. And then I went back and tucked in a few little sprigs of vellum leaves to this cluster as well. And there you have a very beautiful, simple floral card that comes together very easily. But let's just take a moment to appreciate those colors. I mean, they're so beautiful. I love the way they fit into the existing Concord and 9th line. Yes, it's love at first sight. What can I say? Now, as always, you will find links to the featured products used in these projects in the description at YouTube. So if you're looking for anything in particular, be sure you check the YouTube description below, or you can head on over to my blog at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Over there, you'll find more still shots, more information, and a complete list of supplies. This project, or these projects, I should say, are a part of an Instagram hop happening today to celebrate the brand new 2024 color release from Concord and 9th. So join me over on Instagram because you have a chance to win some prizes there. And of course, see all the fabulous ways that people have used this brand new color collection and these brand new products from Concord and 9th. I want to say thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed these projects. I hope you enjoyed the peek at the brand new color collection from Concord and 9th. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications here on my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my paper crafting and card making video tutorials. Once again, thanks for hanging out with me, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.